Hello, this is Brighton TV, and this is a match preview for Brighton vs Derby in the FA Cup 5th round. And a few more rounds to go, and we could be in Wembley in the final of the FA Cup, which could be a fantastic day for Brighton if we were to win these next few rounds and get to the final, which could live long-lasting memories in most Brighton fans. And what I've seen for a few days ago, which I was so surprised about, I saw some fans going, oh yeah, let's try to lose this game for the league. And I think that's the wrong mentality. Don't try to lose this game. We have a 10-day break from this game and the Leicester game. Let's use that. We can use a full squad. And I've heard Izquierdo was back in training, so he could possibly come from the bench. And we've only won once since Izquierdo has gotten injured in the league, so let's hope with his pace. I remember we used to play so well with him in, like, I see some people say Stevens is poor, Gross is poor, like, we can't play counter-attacking football with our midfield three, but that's because we don't have Izquierdo. I remember, think of the Arsenal game, players proper, Gross, Stevens, all of them, excellent. That was a year ago. Izquierdo, he was the player who could make runs, he was so quick. He's so fast, he knows what to do, he's so quick with the ball. Even though he isn't the best crosser, he makes the team have a special spark, which it doesn't have without him. And we know players like Lacadia, he's been playing out of position into Izquierdo's position, which he isn't the best in. And I think players like Knockout, Solly March, one of them two, should be playing in that game. In that position, for this game. And with Solly March a doubt coming off the Burnley game with an ankle injury, I think a player like Knockout should try and get his opportunity, take it in two hands, play Knockout on the left side, and a player like Jahanbakhsh, since he still hasn't proved himself, I don't think. That Burnley game, didn't make much of a difference, so play him. Hopefully he makes a difference. Hopefully the players, the new players, I think, but since there's going to be some changes, like there's like Murray or Lacadia, or maybe an under-23s player to play in the striker role, like a player like Gyökeres. He used to be a striker in the under-23s, but recently changed to a winger, so maybe he could play in striker, or a different striker in the under-23s to play here. And this is a time where I kind of wish we didn't loan out so many under-23s players. Like a player like Aaron Connolly, he scored 17 goals in the under-23s this season. Like, we had, with Lacadia changing to a left winger, like, I was surprised when Chris Hughton loaned him out, since we had Andone, and Murray. If one of them got injured or a red card like Andone did, we have one striker to rely on. If we had an under-23s player like Connolly, he would take his opportunity, and he scored a hat-trick, I believe, against MK Dons. Maybe he could score a goal against Derby, and that could really boost his confidence up. And we don't know, he could be a future club legend like Dunk, like Solly March for Brighton. So, like, with Izquierdo back and with a lot of good history against Derby, 3-0 win, most recently in 2017, in March 2017. Good players like Knockout scoring within the first 10 minutes, I believe, saw it on Seagulls TV, their Brighton video player. A lot of really good performance. Let's hope for another good performance. Now, we're unbeaten in 5 against Derby, which is really good. And this Derby team is different, with a player which we know, Frank Lampard, a few years ago at that Amex. I remember watching a friendly where we beat his Chelsea team 3-1. We know he's a good player, and he's been a really good manager for Derby. So let's hope against this young Frank Lampard, let's just crush his dream, since we know in the Championship, when you're in that kind of position near the playoffs, you don't need something like the FA Cup to distract you. You want to get promoted to where the real players are, the Premier League. Since once you're promoted to the Premier League, we remember how many players did we get there. We got players like Ryan, we got players like Fopper, we got players like Gross, Izquierdo. All of them players came because we got promoted to the Premier League. Really good players, and even this season, Martin Montoya, players like them, Andone, only because we got promoted to the Premier League. If we didn't, then we wouldn't have got them players. So that's why they want to only focus on getting promoted. So they might field a weakened team against us. And hopefully this could make us get another cup run. And if we were to win this game, then next game, if we got a more favourable tie at home, then we could look at Wembley in the semi-final. My score predictions for this match will be 2-0 because I don't think Derby, if they do change players, they won't be able to score with our players. And I think a player like Dan Burn, I think keep most of the first team. Maybe you play a player like Bernardo, he is a good player. Play somebody like Bruno. I think we need Bruno back in the side. Let the captain go captain the side. And I think Dunk be dropped with Dan Burn, since Burn, he's been really good in the cup. So play Burn with Duffy, since Bruno, we know, really good captain. Dunk has been a good player, but has been a bit of a liability recently, like with that slip against Burnley. And we know our back four hasn't been as good. Like without Bernardo, it's just been a bit more shaky. So I think just drop a Dunk, put Burn in a real height to our team, so they can't use any crosses, which we know is very popular in the Championship. You cross it into the box, hope your striker can get to that. If a player like Dan Burn, who I believe has played against Derby this season, he's really tall threat to them. So it corners, or even when they have a corner, we know we have somebody who can defend or attack them because of his height. I believe he's over 2 meters tall, 6'7", very tall player. We need to use his height to our advantage, and I think maybe dropping Ryan for David Button, since David Button played amazingly when he does play. Like he's conceded against West Brom, he conceded 1 goal over the 2 games when they had quite a few chances, and they weren't his fault, any of them. Like I believe it was Balogun who made a mistake, who misjudged the ball and let a player just have an easy tap in, which Button couldn't do anything about. And with us, I think we need to attack, go for the ball, and maybe even change back to 4-4-1-1. Like I saw in the Argus, Chris Hughton said it isn't the new system, but I don't think so. I think it's the new system. Like, yes, we are creating more chances in 4-3-3, but our defence has been so much more poorer in 4-3-3. Like, Gross, he's a magnificent number 10. Last year, player of the year. Why are you playing him out of position? It's like when I see a player like Chelsea with Kante, he's out of position. They're not doing as well. Play your best players in the right position, and then you'll get results. Stevens, he got so much praise last season, but this season he's not been getting the praise because he isn't a holding midfielder. Him and Fopper last season, very good combination. Them two. Stevens, I remember it was Stoke game for Izquierdo's goal, where it was a lot of one-touch, 1-2 passes. He made a lot of forward passes in the build-up to that goal, which this season Stevens is too scared to do that, because he's scared if he makes the mistake, then it all goes wrong. So I think changing back to 4-4-1-1, where Stevens can pass to Proper, or Stevens has more freedom, and that's what we've been missing. Players like Izquierdo, we haven't played 4-4-1-1 since the Palace game, and I've really concerned about that, since that Palace game was amazing. We absolutely obliterated Palace with 10 men, and I think 4-4-1-1, we played amazing that system. Gross, Cam, like even when Andone had to come on for Murray, he was an amazing, like he was basically, he was playing as Gross and Murray at the same time, which was fantastic. So I think converting back to 4-4-1-1, it's not as exciting football, but it gives us results, which is what we need at this point. We need a lot of results at this point in the season with so much pressure. And I've heard some people saying to you now, that's not what we can do. Players like Alan Pardew, Sam Allardyce, there are other managers, which I don't think are going to happen, however many other managers are. But I've heard Jose Mourinho, no chance he's going to come to Brighton. He'd come to a top 6 club. So no chance at Brighton. And the only other managers would be other European managers who've impressed, but they haven't been proven in the Premier League. There's no Premier League proven managers. And Chris Hughton, we know last season, he's a Premier League proven manager. Let's hope he knows what he's doing in the Premier League, since he's a fantastic manager. Since even if we were to get relegated this season, he made us go from almost near relegation in League One to promotion to the Premier League. So if he does get relegated, I think we could keep hold of some key players. And with our academy is fantastic. So then they could easily come into the first team, more academy graduates, and then we'll have more Dunks, more Solly Marches into our team. And for us, I think, who would score, a player like Jurgen Locadia, I think, make him back to the first striker, make him play in the position he used to play, since even though he's not quite the target man, he can't control the ball. We need a player like a winger to control the ball so we can push it up. If we make a mistake in striker, okay, it's not as bad, but with a winger, we know sometimes our wingers go back, defend, and if they make a mistake in our own half, that can be costly. So let's hope, play him as a striker, since then I think he's been playing well recently, like a couple of goals, which has kept him in the team, I believe. So if he plays in striker, he could get more goals, and I think that'll be really good for us. And our other player, I think Bissouma, he's scored quite a couple in the FA Cup. He had a lot of chances against West Brom, so I think he will play. Like, with Chris Hughton probably changing a couple, probably Kyle, Bissouma, them two, we've seen them in the Cup, because they aren't playing in the first team as much recently due to other players which Chris Hughton's playing. So Bissouma, Kyle, play them, they're more attacking players, and maybe play a player like Proper with them three. So play Proper and Bissouma in the more defensive position, since when there's two defensive players, both of them can go forward with support knowing there's another one. When if there's one, then that defensive player has to stay stick to their position, and then only one can go forward instead of both of them. So Bissouma and Proper, I think both of them very good would be as holding midfield as well. Kyle, we know he's more of a number 10 kind of player, so play him there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Brighton TV and follow us on Instagram.